Hello, angelic beings of light. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. So are God and the angelic realm. So this is your message for June. It is 2025, but even if you're looking at this, if it's June of 2040, it'll still be relevant, provided YouTube's still around. It's been a while since I've done anything here on this channel. For those of you who have been wondering, a lot has changed in the past couple months for me, and it is really, really good shit. I'm still flabbergasted by how much has changed in my life for the better. This is it's a not a confirmation, but it is something where it is evident that hard work pays off and patience pays off. I will get more into what that is later on, but not in this message. It'll be in another message or something along those lines as to what has been happening in my life with a lot of very, very big changes and amazing opportunities that keep coming my way. So, but they want me to deliver the message for June, which is, as you saw in the title, there are no more excuses to make. It is time to let go. And when I say that, all of you watching this know exactly what that is, what you need to let go of, okay? So I'll give an example. I was guided to do this message for June the past couple of days, and they said, no, today, Thursday, Jess, you're gonna do it. I'm wearing my Florida Panthers jersey because they have game 4 tonight for the Stanley Cup Finals. And I'm thinking, my hair's up, I don't have any makeup on, you know, and they told me to wear my 𝗨𝗏𝗍𝗄 necklace that was gifted to me by my divine partner for my birthday. And I'm thinking, I don't normally wear these things with casual wear. And they said, don't worry, you got to be your authentic self. You got to put Jess out there the way Jess is when she's watching sports games or something. Anyway, this is me letting go of needing to be a certain way, look a certain way, to be in front of YouTube, to have the environment a certain way, to have a microphone, to have all be made up with makeup and being very feminine. I mean, I do wear very feminine clothes, accessories, whatever, but I'm coming as I am. I'm hearing the song by Nirvana. Kurt Cobain's coming through. Those of you who are Pisces, strong Pisces energy, I'm getting very strongly here. This could be a message for you. It's the song, Come as you are, as you were, as I want you to be, right? Kurt's got it down pat. Come as you are, right? As I want you to be. We're here to be authentic. And there's something for some of you letting go who you think you are, who you think you should be, who you think other people perceive you to be. You need to be a doctor. You need to be a lawyer. You need to go to college. You need to have this profession. You need to dress a certain way. You need to look a certain way. You need to talk to these people. You need to have these circle of friends, whatever it is. Provided people will give you guidance, if in fact it is in alignment for your highest good. Right? We're all here to support each other, but it's supporting each other in the light. Okay? So some of you need to be letting go of who you think you should be in this lifetime. There's also letting go of how you should conduct something, how you should sing, how you should write poetry, how you should make music, how you should look like as an artist, how you should draw, how you should paint, how you should put your stuff on YouTube. If you are a healer, how you should conduct Reiki, how you should conduct your spiritual practices even, you know, how you heal people, how you coach people, how you teach people. There's always these methods and these rule sets and, hey, this worked for me, so I'm going to teach you to do it this way that's going to work for you. That's all fine and dandy. You can have the foundation, but you have to have room for creativity. It's strong divine feminine energy. And when people start telling you that's not how you do it, you're not doing it this way, it should be done this way, the tradition, we are coming out of these traditions. We've learned from our ancestors. We've learned from the past, okay? We are in, they say, the age of Aquarius. Pluto is in Aquarius right now. Look where Aquarius is in your chart. What is changing? massively, drastically what is ending and what is beginning. How are you rebirthing yourself? We're getting away from the norm. We're getting away from these nuances and these ideologies, these traditions, these ways of being. Because if we don't do that in this time and age, we are not ascending the way that we should. If you think about it this way, we would still be in clothing made of mammoths or something like that, and building fires in our caves if we didn't have the innovation, we didn't have the gusto, we didn't have the creativity to create something new, to do something new, to birth something new into the world. A lot of you have these gifts and talents that no one's ever seen, no one has ever possessed within themselves, not even in your family lineage, not even in your ancestral line. Okay, we are all here in this day and age to be able to step out of our comfort zones and be out there and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to do it differently. And you're going to be looked at as the weirdo. You're going to be looked at as, that's not how it's done. That's not traditional astrology. That's not traditional tarot reading. It's not traditional therapy. It's not traditional, medicine, even technology. As I said, we would still be cavemen and cavewomen to this day if we didn't have those go-getters. We didn't have those innovators. We didn't have those ball busters is what I'm hearing. We wouldn't have those people. We wouldn't be where we are today. We wouldn't have iPhones. We wouldn't have YouTube. Think about how just those things alone have changed our lives. But they're supposed to be changing our lives for the better, not for the worse. There's a dark and a light to everything that is created, and we have to make sure that we uphold the light in everything that we're creating. There are going to be some people going to come in from the dark to try to keep us from doing what we're called to do, to keep us from trying to do differently. No, you have to do it the way of the ancestors, the way of the rule set, right? It's very strong, distorted masculine energy with the logic and reason in things. Some of you may be hearing the rise of the feminine. We're getting away from that. We still need logic and reason into things, but we're having a different definition of what logic and reasoning should look like. And that's something that you're going to have to determine. It's something that you're going to have to go to God and think. I'm getting very strong Archangel Metatron energy. Some of you have very close ties to Metatron, and I highly recommend that you either work with an angelic mentor like myself to help you connect with that energy, with that archangel, or to start to learn how to connect with it on your own if you don't really have that much of a problem or a hard time connecting with that archangel energy. I will say with the angelic healing bracelets that I've been creating, I have created a Metatron one. And it's funny because Metatron had asked me to create my own for myself today. This is what it looks like. It is in my shop. If you click on the link below to my shop, you can purchase this to connect with Metatron. There is an iolite focal bead that is going to help you create a harmonious angelic energy grid. You say an activation. The more you use that activation, the more you create that grid, the more you connect with Metatron and the other archangels supporting Metatron. Jophiel is also the counterpart of Metatron, if those of you who haven't known, aren't aware. And when you connect with her and his energy, it's going to be very, very potent, along with the other energies that you are creating in this grid. So this is made out of Super 7 crystals and ametrine. It's actually AAA grade ametrine. It's a very, very high quality level of ametrine. Metatron, I'll be honest with you guys, he told me, I don't want any cheap anything. I'm going to lead you to which grades of crystals there are, and even the Super 7 is A grade. The iolite is A grade. There are geometric spacers into this bracelet that ties into Archangel Metatron's energy with sacred geometry, the flower of life, higher levels of consciousness, the sciences. Okay, if you are a scientist, you're an innovator, you're in technology, Metatron is going to be perfect to connect with. I'm telling you right now, the more I've been working with this archangel, he's been blowing my mind with what I've been able to create and what I've been able to acquire from the Akashic records and from other higher levels of intelligence as far as to what they're guiding me to create and build in my own practices, my own business, that type of thing. So a lot of you are being called to connect with Metatron because he is, I'm hearing the Archangel of Innovation, okay? Because he is tied to the sciences. He's tied to like higher learning, but very higher frequencies of intelligence, okay? And you're going to have to trust in what you're being given, whether it's from Metatron or from like other archangels or even with star seed systems like the Lemurians, the Atlanteans, that type of thing, the Pleiadians. When you're encompassing all of those energies together, you're going to really amass to something greater than yourself. And so, but with that energy, with what you're wanting to call in, if this is, you know, lighting your fire right now, you're going to have to be able to let go of the traditions and things, the lower level of things that it's not who you are anymore. It's not your parents, it's not your siblings, not your kids. Hide your kids, hide your wife, whatever the hell that is. Letting go of who you think, how you need to conduct things. Again, I'm talking about, look at that. It was 11:11 on the clock right now. That is the Archangel Metatron number. We are getting into alignment with what Metatron and the other archangels are trying to disseminate to you right here. And if you don't already know, I channel very high frequencies of the angelic realm and the order of the seraphim. Okay, those are the highest ranking angels, and people who connect with those and get the support of that level of angels need to be in a very, very, very high frequency to have the protection by them, to have the channeling given to them. I'm very strongly connected to Archangel. Well, he has a title of Archangel, but he's Seraphim, Seraphiel. And I have been granted the rites of passage to connect with that Archangel, with that Seraphim. And let me tell you, it is otherworldly. But I had to let go of a lot of things. And I will say, and vulnerability here, for those of you who may not know, I have a 16-year-old son. He turned 16 a couple of weeks ago. He ended up deciding to live with his father in Texas. And I had to let my son go to live with his dad, okay? And my son's been with me since birth. And this is the first time in my life where he has been separated from me, but I know he's never separate from me. He's only separate from me in the physical. He's never separate from me in the spiritual. But even giving up the best of my flock, which is what God wanted me to do, that is in the book of Samuel, if you guys want to revert to biblical passages. God wants to see if we're going to give up what we love the most, so that we trust in their path and their journey, because this is also me trusting that God has a different plan for him, and I'm no longer part of it in the 3D world like I have been the past 16 years for him. I am there for my son. I still talk to him. We still connect. We still connect energetically. What's crazy is that my son and I are connecting more spiritually than we ever have before. He's been coming through to me through songs that connect with us and through other messages and things like that. And it's fantastic how my own son's higher self, his higher being, is supporting me in my own work when he's not physically here anymore. And so God said to me during meditation with a divine partner one day during a yoga session, I teach a very different form of yoga, just with my divine partner and myself, but it's very, very impactful. So God had said to me, you're gonna have to let go of your son too, in order for me to bring about these other things. And the week that my son was gonna fly out to Texas to live with his dad, doors started opening up for me that I was not expecting. I didn't even ask for. And other higher vibrational people that I had been wanting to be friends with, connect with, to be around with all the time, are now entering my life, and it is the most glorious thing ever. And I recently turned 45 years old last Tuesday. June 3rd was my birthday, my 45th birthday. And people are even telling me that I look way younger than I ever have. People think I'm in my 30s or my late 20s, and it's wonderful. But I wouldn't have been able to glow in that way, to look younger as I get older, if I wouldn't have been able to let go of things that don't serve me, to include the perception of myself, what beauty is, what intelligence is. And that also included letting go of things in the physical. So God had said to me, you're going to have to let go of your son for these other things to come in. This is not anything you did wrong. This is not anything my son did wrong. It was his time to go live with his father, to clear out that karmic contract, for him to learn, and for his father to provide. I had been providing my son, fulfilling both the masculine and feminine roles for a long time now. And with Archangel Metatron energy, if you guys know, the energy of the Merkaba, or the Merkaba, however you want to pronounce it, that is balancing masculine and feminine energies. That's what the crystal ametrine does, which is in the Metatron bracelet that I have. Okay. Ametrine is a combination of amethyst and citrine, duality of one crystal, okay? And Super 7 has 7 different crystals in it. It also includes amethyst and citrine, so there's a duplication of the amethyst-citrine bond, that union of energies to which each of one of them upholds. And so the ametrine that's tied to Metatron is a perfect representation, balancing the feminine and the masculine. Citrine energy is tied to solar plexus, it's tied to masculine energy. Amethyst is tied to crown chakra, feminine energy. Okay? Think about it. It's amazing how God works in nature and with these crystals and just everything. You can learn so much from nature alone. That's higher levels of intelligence. That's Metatron working with you to gain wisdom, knowledge, innovation, creation from nature. So Metatron and the archangels were saying these things have to be let go of, so you can have the energetic light body energy to receive these higher frequencies. Okay? And unbeknownst to me, I had no idea I had to let go of my own son to allow him to live with his dad. But by the grace of God, I've seen positive changes in my son already. And he's the love of my life. And I've been so blessed to have him for a son. He's the most glorious kid on the planet. And I'm not just saying that because he's my son. He's insanely brilliant. He's an old soul. And he has more knowledge than me about things. I have even learned a lot from my own son, who's much younger, obviously. But when God was telling me to give the best of my flock, to give up what I love the most, that was the last thing, one of the last things I thought I would ever have to give up. But I did so with trust, with faith, and with grace. And I have learned so much in my 45 years of living. When I let go and let God, amazing things happen all the time. The miracles get bigger. The blessings get more abundant. They're more, everything's more miraculous, right, in my life. Things just come to me like water. It's just this never-ending flow of blessings and miracles. But I've had to release so much in these last 9 years alone in order for these things to happen. So you're being called to ask, what is it that you know you need to let go of? And they're wanting me to introduce myself all of a sudden at the 18th minute, 19th minute here. My name is Jessica. I go by Jess. I am a life illuminator. I am an ascension mentor. I'm an angelic healer, reader. I'm a lot of things. I'm an innovator. And so it's amazing how letting go of things brings so much more into your life. And when God sees that we're giving up the best of our flock, what we love the most, he really sees who we are, our heart posture, and he sees that we are fully trusting in him. We're fully believing in him and what we are being called to do and how we are to live our lives in our own authentic ways. it's amazing how life has changed so much for me, and it hasn't been easy. It hasn't been easy. And it's incredible how much I've learned over the past years, especially since my awakening in 2019, when everything started to fall apart. It's kind of interesting how things start to really come crashing down around you, when that's a huge sign, when God's saying, this is not the life you're supposed to live. I need you to follow my footsteps and to trust what I want to do in your life. And the amount of abundance in all forms, freedom, bliss, joy, peace, time, love, tranquility in my life. No stress whatsoever. It's the way God wants us to live. But I had to let go of my 20-year career as a senior systems engineer. I had to let go of my high six-figure salary. I had to let go of my house in Rockville, Maryland. I had to let go of my possessions. I had to let go of my son. I had to let go of my marriage, my 10-year marriage. I had to let go of other romantic relationships, other people, other soulmates, other counterparts, whatever, in order for me to get to here. And again, going back to what I'm wearing now, because they're reminding me of this, letting go of like, Jess, you don't need to always come and like looking feminine and looking all pretty and stuff to do these things. Kurt Cobain, again, come as you are, come as you were, as I want you to be. Kurt's channeling God in that song. He's very strong Piscean. And Pisces energy is very tied to Jesus energy, is very tied to God, the spiritual, but the higher levels of spirituality. Is very strong Sagittarius too. Sagittarius and Pisces I'm getting. That may be significant for some of you, but Kurt Cobain is channeling messages from God. Just be who you are. I want you to come to me as you are. I don't want you to hide yourself. I don't want you to be afraid. I'm getting some messages. Some of you, okay, now I'm getting something specific. This is not going to resonate with all of you, but please just be patient. It's the 22nd minute of this video. 22 is the master builder number, by the way. A lot of you are master builders. Maybe some of you were born on the 22nd of the month, but if you were born on the 22nd of the month, you are a master builder. You're here to like really do some insane, miraculous, innovative, world-changing, groundbreaking things. Trust in yourself in that. Some of you who are watching this, I'm getting an energy. You know me, you've known me. You want to talk to me about something. You want to reach out to me. You want to ask me a question. You want to work with me. You want to heal. Maybe you've seen my website before, maybe you've met me before, whatever this is, and you're being drawn to me for a reason. You may be coming from a place of fear. You may be doubting, you may be worrying, am I going to judge you? Am I going to be overly strict with you or something like that? I don't know. I'm getting this energy where it's letting go of fear for something. And again, this part and this message is not going to resonate with everybody, but I'm getting very strongly, some of you who are watching me right now, it's like, I would really like to work with you. I would really like to get to know you more. This could also be an intimidation for some of you. Some of you may be intimidated by me. If you're completely new here, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. Maybe you don't know me and this is your first time watching any of my videos and you're like, you know what, there's something about Jess. There's something about what she said. It hit me in the heart space. It lit me up. I know her from somewhere. I'm hearing soul recognition for a lot of you. Trust in that. Please trust in what you're feeling and the soul recognition. It's like there's something about her. There's something about this thing. There's something about this way of living. There's something about this thing that I have within me that I want to do. Just fucking do it. Like Nike. There's no need to hold yourself back. But if this is pertaining to you working with me or you're intimidated by me, do not give in to that. That is the enemy trying to give in to the fear of the intimidation of something like going wrong or something like where it's too much. Why do you think it's too much? If it's too much for you, it's because there's something that needs to be released. I'm getting for some of you it is sexually, but there could be a strong attraction to me as well physically. But as hard as this is for me to say, but 𝗏𝗠 and Michael and Metatron are having me, and 𝗪𝗠 too, having me to say this from an angelic place. Don't let that strong sexual attraction stop you. The thing is, you're learning how to set boundaries to that. Some of you may be very lustful. Some of you may be like, it gets hard real fast. It could be women too. Okay, I'm not putting this just on men here. It could be women too. Oh my God, I'm like, I can't focus because this person's energy is so strong. It's the light is so strong. The sexual energy is so strong. All this is so strong. It's too much for me to handle. What if I do something bad? What if I do something wrong? What if I give into like the raw carnal desires type of thing? This is for you to learn how to transmute that into creativity, because your strong distortion of the masculine energy, like thinking with the wrong head type of thing energy, not that it, but you get what I'm saying. It may lead you to failure. I'm hearing it may lead you to destruction. It may lead you to cause you to lose focus. That is a huge energy for a lot of you to internalize and reflect on why that is. I think you're getting away from, you know, how they say men look at women like meat sometimes, and there's certain religions and cultures. No knock against them, you know, like I won't point them out. You guys know what they are. The religions where the women have to be scarfed, they have to wear full long tunics or whatever, so that men aren't aroused or sexually drawn to the female. That is not the female's fault. It's not. And it could be even with women who have that, with the strong masculine desires. It's God trying to tell you, you're so drawn to the inner light and the beauty, but you need to balance that out, right? Letting go of your perception of what sex is, of what desire is, of what beauty is. There's something healing from that for a lot of you. And again, this is not just pertaining to men here. Take this how it fits, because it does apply to women too. Okay. So what is it you're being called to release? It could very well be a sexual release, guys. You can't hold that in either. Do what you need to do, but don't go around just sleeping with people and whatever. That's not my guidance. It's not their guidance. You do what you want. There's no judgment here. Just think about it, because even in intimacy, whether it's emotional, physical, there's still an energy exchange. Okay? But if there's something about needing to release with somebody sexually, just make sure that it is someone that you can trust, someone like you feel this spiritual connection with. Whether it works out or not doesn't matter. Just be very careful. And I'm hearing use protection. That's for somebody here. Anyway, I wasn't expecting that message to come out, but that's what needed to come out. So this is a time for you to stop making excuses. If you need help with letting go of things, I can definitely help you with that. I am the master of letting go and letting God. I just heard that. I didn't even know that. This came out my ass. I am the master of letting go and letting God. And if you do need my support with that, I'm here. There's some of you who need to let go of possessions, things from passed on loved ones, mothers, fathers, kids. Especially if it was tragic, especially if you feel like they didn't have a long life here, or like it's always tough to lose someone. Something about transitioning here. I have also learned that I am helping people transition to the next life, but also helping people to transition through deep transformation and deep healing, deep emotional healing, to the next phase of their journey here on earth, their ascension journey. Right? We all talk about the spiritual journey, but what about the ascension journey? And ascension also ties into working with the archangels, from what I have learned with the seraphim, with the starseed systems. It also ties into working with your physical health. Being able to be physically well, okay? That helps you to really ascend. Self-care, self-love, very strong divine feminine Christ energy. So the archangels, the seraphim, all of your ancestors are calling on you right now. Really be honest with yourself and what it is you need to be letting go of. Maybe letting go of control of how your life should live, letting go of control of people, how you think they should live their lives. It's funny, I'm picking up on my ex-husband here. If you're watching this, hello, love you too. Could be my son. People, letting go of how your child should live their life. Give them the nurturing motherly energy that they need, even if you're hardcore masculine. Allowing themselves to be who they are. Again, a lot of us can learn from our children. Don't tell them, like, you have to do this, you have to do that. I want to wear my hair purple, green. Let them do it. I don't want to go with the family. I want to sit out here. I want to be by myself. I don't want to do that. I don't feel like it. Let them be. Now, there is something where there's too much isolation. You know, talk to them. Hey, what do you want to do? I want to be left alone. Okay, cool. Give them the space. But I want to do this as a profession. I don't want to go to college. I don't want to go to school. I don't want to whatever. You know, we're getting out of traditions, guys. Success no longer means, it never really meant having a college degree, having a 9-to-5 job, having a 401k. Have some serious thought and look at the truth in this. Go look at the people around you who have 9-to-5 jobs and who have 401ks, who have these so-called marriages and these kids and this way of living. Do you really think they are happy? Are they living a blissful, aligned, joyous, peaceful life? Are they stressed out at the time? Are they sick often? Are they rigid? Are they just Debbie Downer? Are they like, you know what? Life isn't really fulfilling for me. Life isn't really exciting, isn't really adventurous. Look around you and see if other people who have that college degree, who have that high school degree, who have that 401k, who have the house, who have the cars. You can ask them, or you should be able to observe on your own. Are they really living the life? I'd say 95% of those people, no. Are you really living the life is your question. In order to live the life that you're really desiring, you're really wanting, you're gonna have to let go of the traditional ways of what you think life should be, of what society has taught you to do, to learn even, to grow, to be. You're not living your life authentically when you do that. Right? It's like I'm now thinking about my last days working as a government contractor for an intelligence agency. I started to notice that people were coming in sandals and shorts and like Metallica t-shirts. And people were like, you should dress more professionally. And I'll admit, at one point I was judging a little bit, like, whoa, this is a place of business, right? I would always dress nicely to work. But then I realized, I said, wait a minute. If that's who they are, that's how they want to dress, why not? They're comfortable in their own skin. Again, Kurt Cobain keeps coming in very strongly. Thank you, Kurt, for supporting me with these messages. But maybe Kurt even felt like he couldn't really come as he was. And he was releasing that through the song. He's teaching us something very valuable. It's like my son. I used to pick out his clothes, and then he got to the point where, no, Mom, I don't want to wear that anymore. I just want to wear this. Okay. Then I allowed him to pick out his own attire. I'm good with this, Mom. Hey, Mom, can I get this? Yeah, sure. Whatever. I want to keep my hair like this. Okay, honey. I need to be alone. I want to do this. I want to whatever. I want to go here. Let's do that. Birds. Confirmation. And I allowed him to just be, so that he can be more comfortable in his own skin. We live our best lives when we are comfortable in our own skin, when we are living authentically, when we do what we know is right for us. And I had to let go of trying to mold my son into something that he wasn't. I had to let go of even some of my past clients to try to mold them into something I thought they were going to be, or how to go about somewhere, and then it was working for them, and then it didn't. I had to let go of looking at myself as, I need to teach this way, I need to heal this way, because of what I've learned. That was my foundation, but now I've grown so much where it's like, you know what? That doesn't work for me anymore either. I can do this. What about if I combine these? It's even when I create my energy healing bracelets. That doesn't really go with that. Doesn't really go with this. But it does, because I was guided to create it that way. The Jess way. Start looking at your life and saying, I'm going to create life the John way, the David way, the Naomi way, the Jennifer way, the Robert way, the Tom way, the Eric way, the Julian way, the Edgar way, the Jacqueline way, Ray, I was hearing Ray, the Ray, Ray? Okay, that's kind of dumb. It's funny though. The Ray way, the Angelica way, the angelic way, the Day way, right? Or a last name, maybe a family name. The Johnson way, the Tomlinson way, the Brady way, whatever. The Ortiz way, the Rodriguez way, the Sanchez way, right? Even within families, you can create your own energy grid. You can create your own way of living, and you all start to be your authentic selves and create a different type of family that's not traditional. So you're being called at this time to see what it is you're going to give up. You're going to let go. You already know what it is, who it is, what those things are. For a lot of you, it's more than one thing. It's more than one person. So I'm going to use the 22 Archangels Oracle deck, because they're calling me now to pull a card for everybody. I was going to shuffle on the table, but I know it makes this noise, so let's see. You know what my guides were saying? They're like, fuck the noise. Go ahead and shuffle on the table. It should not matter. You see how freaking awesome they are? They're like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Okay. Let's see. All right, let's see. What do the archangels and seraphim want to leave us with before we part ways? Holy Spirit, archangels, Jesus, Mary, Mother Mary, Order of Melchizedek, Order of Seraphim, I call upon you with grace, gratitude, and humility to reveal to us for our highest good. What is the final guidance from the angelic realm, Seraphim? Please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, for support, and your clarity. I love this. Raphael. Maybe your name is Raphael. Or you know a Raphael. Doesn't have to be. We have the master healer right here, the one who really supported Jesus in his work. A lot of you have Jesus level healing. Clarity of vision. Maybe some of you look like this. If you have blue eyes, this is very significant. Those of you who have blue eyes are master healers. Now, I'm not saying that those who don't have blue eyes, that you're not, but this is supposed to be hitting somebody right now. Be willing to see things differently, to initiate healing and experience wholeness. I'm getting goosebumps. Look, this guy's got blue eyes too. Daniel, maybe your name is Daniel. Or your name begins with a D, your last name begins with a D, your first name begins with an R, your last name begins with an R. I said that. I said some of those names. Divine discernment. Trust in the messages within. They are divinely guided. You see what I mean? He's got the sun here. We've got golden emerald ray light being transmitted to you right now as I hold up this card to you. A lot of you are needing to find different ways of healing, and the time to do so is now. trust in what you are getting here. It's time to really start listening to that. I'm going to read the book because I always do this. Raphael. If you are a star seed, you're being asked to connect with me in a way. I do have a star seed bracelet that has a crazy energy grid activation, so you may want to check that out too. If you are like a star seed, master healer combo type of thing, very, very powerful. Raphael's name means God heals, and he is the archangel who's associated with health and healing. This is why I talked about your health is important, to be a master healer like Jesus, like Raphael, okay? The book of Tobit relates that he once disguised himself as a human in a congregation and was able to heal a man on the side of the road from sickness and blindness. The sickness and blindness are considered to be metaphorical, referring to the idea that Raphael healed how the man felt about a particular situation and shifted his perspective. We are helping people to heal by changing their perspective of what healing is, who they are, how they're supposed to heal. It's for this reason that he is looked upon as a guide to help us heal on all levels: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. Healing is important at this time, guys. Not just spiritual, not just energetically, physical, mental, and spiritual as well. The blind man in sickness, isn't that what Jesus did? Spiritual vision isn't only about developing the ability to see spiritual beings or energies. It's also about developing the openness to see things from a higher perspective. With this card, you are being encouraged to see your current situation differently. This isn't about right or wrong. It's about developing the compassion and composure to pay attention to the experiences and input of those around you and see things from a different point of view. Beautiful. Thank you, archangels, for the confirmation. Daniel, divine discernment. Trust in the messages within. They are divinely guided. Daniel is mentioned in the book of Enoch as an angel who watches over 200 other angels. Like Uriel, he's associated with the energies of light, fire, and the sun. His name means God is my judge, and he is therefore dedicated to helping us align our life with justice and truth. With the help of this powerful angel, we can use discernment with regard to challenges and decisions. Discernment is a deep inner knowing of the answer or the next step when it comes to a life decision. Call on Daniel to help you make the best decision for the pathway ahead. You can also call upon Uriel for that too. They work together. Right now, you have unlocked the ability to make a judgment on a particular area of your life that requires a decision to be made. Whatever comes to your mind in this instant is the issue that the angels are bringing to your attention. What you feel you need to do is absolutely what you need to do. You may be wavering because you lack trust in what you are feeling, or because there's a part of you that's struggling with the truth that you need to embody. But your archangel guidance is to trust your discernment. When you take the first step, the next step will become even more apparent. Step by step, the divine is guiding you, so trust in your ability to assess a situation and make a judgment. Angels are helping you with it now. That is my guidance to you. It's funny because I'm trying to not get self-conscious because I'm just remembering what I'm wearing and whatever. Anyway, so there's your guidance from Raphael and Daniel. So again, you're being called upon, let go of those old belief systems, whatever those things are for you. If you would like to work with me in any capacity, I do energy and wellness readings as well, energy grid healing sessions. I do mentorship. I have a mentorship program now. Right now I have the 3-month mentorship program. I got to set up the other months for it. I do a whole bunch of things. Let's just put it that way. If you want to learn more about my work, my studies, my services, the link is in the description box below, or you can go to 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 on there. I do have a mobile app that is accessible. If you go to my website, you will see a prompt that will, a pop-up that will show you, you can click on the button, go to the app to sign up for my app there. There are subscriptions to access certain components of that app to give you additional guidance and angel messages and other goodies in there, and to be part of a community, a very, very powerful community. I would appreciate it if you would share this video with someone who really needs to hear it, or share it with 10 people, 5 people, 7 people. If you are getting people, maybe you need to send it to a Daniel or a Raphael, or I don't know what that is. You feel like this person needs to hear this, send it to them. Like the video to support the channel, but it's more like to get the message out there, okay? I'm hearing you leave in the comment section, I have clarity of vision. To put that in the comments and put an eye emoji there, whatever eye emoji you're drawn to. So in the comments you can put, I have clarity of vision. That's going to help you to remember that you do have that. But you got to trust what comes from within you. Okay? Thank you for watching this. I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful, blessed day. Thank you for your support. And until next time, peace be with you.